Hi everyone, I wanted to talk today about my question about teaching lessons versus busy work. And mainly I wanted to focus on teaching lessons. Busy work is just, here's a word, copy it, trace it, write it down. Here's a math problem without the proper tools needed for the child to really understand the depth of it. So teaching lessons is following the child's desire of what they want to learn in an uplifting way. It's more than that too, though. We're going to continue here. A teaching philosophy that I came by in my studies. Teachers are some of the most passionate and committed professionals out there. Part of this passion and commitment is a drive to provide every student with meaningful and impactful learning experience. Through dedicated study and research, teachers enlighten the minds of their students through thorough lessons on subjects children are interested in. Subjects that are interesting to students, using materials that are organized and beautiful, having a classroom setup that children desire to pull those works off the shelves, those lessons off the shelves, and to have lessons with them, um, so that they become growth mindset, that they become intrinsic learners and desire to have lessons, desire to learn more about things. They need to start with the basics and add upon it according to mastery of their first lesson. Um, you're not going to teach child to read this word, like even if it's a CVC word, a cat, dog, without them first learning the letter sounds, d, g, dog, dog. Hey, that says dog. I have noticed in my experience as an assistant for these 15 years that children love studying science. Science work should be something that captivate their interest. You should have models of rocks, models of, of earth science, models of insects, of botany, of entomology, of zoology, of anatomy. Children love working with the digestive system, the um, the respiratory system and the cardiovascular system, to have physical models of these things so that they can get their hands on it and really learn how it works in their bodies. They should have math materials that are interesting and fun to work with, that help them engage their minds so that they want to learn bigger math problems. I have a photo of this later of a math problem that we did in our class today, with students that were so excited. They wanted to do 100,000, and it's amazing. You'll see it. Language, like I said before, they need to learn letter sounds and formation of letters using tools and manipulatives, before they are given rote memorization on how to, oh, these three letters together equal dog. That has no meaning to them. As they sound out letters and as they put letters together, they start enjoying reading and writing and creating um, their own works, their own lessons, and become intrinsic learners. Um, the other thing is that they should have creative lessons that they can repeat themselves. For instance, during Halloween, um, we have there's pumpkins by the fence, there's pumpkins by the yard, there's pumpkins by the tree, there's pumpkins by the house, there's pumpkins everywhere. Kind of a flannel board poster, basically, that lays out on a rug with word strips and pumpkins that they decorate all this. And once we give them a lesson, they love taking it out and having that lesson again. So it's creative and they can do it themselves. Also, problem solving things like a peace rose. They're able to do um, plays and stuff with imaginary problem solving so that they learn how to use verbalization, communication skills so that they can do their own Effective teachers are positive. They have a growth mindset. They know that children can learn from any, starting at any place. They're prepared. They create stories um, and lessons, and they take time to relearn for themselves so that they can present um, ideas effectively. They're organized. They're clear in their descriptions and clear in what they're saying. They're active. That's the relearning so that they're open. Sorry, they keep their minds working. Oh, they're active. They help children keep their minds working and ask open-ended questions to children so that they can answer things for themselves and motivate children to be positive and formulate questions and thoughts without being lectured to of this is what it is. They're coming up with their own ideas and thoughts. They're patient. They remember what it is to learn something for the first time and give time for little minds to process information or adult minds to process information. And they're fair. They give clear expectations and admit when they are wrong. This is the lesson that I was telling you about, the math lessons. This is a decimal system that we have at a Montessori school, and we had to borrow works from all three pre-K classrooms. But they have unit beads, 10 bars, 100 squares, and then 1,000 cubes. And then they have 10,000 bars, and they moved all of it to 100,000 square. And so they worked on this. They took 7,200 and I think 69 14 times to come up with 100,000 square and an answer that they were excited to do. And it all stemmed from two kids who wanted to do it, who wanted to see how big it could get, how big 100,000 would look like. And so things like that are amazing to do with children, to give lessons instead of just busy work of just copy this and do this. And one last thing I wanted to leave from Plato, from the reading, was one of his last paragraphs. It says, whereas our argument shows that the power and capacity of learning exists in the soul already, and that just as an eye was unable to turn from the darkness to the light without the whole body, so too the instrument of knowledge can only be by the movement of the whole soul be turned from the world of becoming into that of being. We have to actively do it and learn by degrees to endure the sight of being and of the brightness and best of being, or in other words, of the good. Thank you.